Hey guys, once again, Dan here from Torque, and today we're doing deadlift day. Start our warm-up similar to what we did on squat day. So if you remember, we're going to do a leg extension, a hamstring curl, but this time we're going to do a lat pull down, we're going to do back extensions, and we're also going to do biceps. I like to warm up my biceps on deadlift day. You see a lot of tears happen because people don't warm up properly, and the last thing we want to do is tear a bicep. So let's get into our warm-up here. We're doing 10 to 15, maybe even 20 reps on leg extensions. Okay, from there into hamstring curls. Now we have 3 different options for hamstring curls. You can either do them laying, you can do them kneeling, or you can do them seated. Whatever your preference is, today I'm going to do them laying. So if you notice when I'm doing my hamstring curls, I'm doing each pull with explosiveness. I'm not trying to do them slow and controlled. Deadlift is an explosive movement, so you want to warm up the same way that you're going to train. From there, we go into lat pull down. Use an underhand grip. It's going to work your lats a little bit better, and that's our target here. Lats, and then into lower back. From there into biceps. And same as all the other days, 3 to 4 sets in the warm-up. Ramp your weight up. Once you've hit 3 to 4 sets, we go straight into our main movement, which today is conventional deadlifts. All right, so our warm-up is all done. We're gonna go straight into deadlifts. Okay, so you'll see here, I got the bar raised up on blocks. Now, me personally, I compete as a sumo deadlifter. When I deadlift conventional with my feet narrow, I usually end up tweaking my back or my SI joint, which kind of puts me out. So personally, I don't pull off the floor conventional anymore. The only time I go off the floor is if I'm doing sumo stance, which, if you're unfamiliar, is a wide stance, like that. So today, again, you'll see me doing off blocks. If you're somebody who doesn't have injuries and you're trying to build your strength up, do it off the floor, okay? Once you get to a certain point where you need to focus on certain aspects of the lift, then you can start incorporating stuff like this. But for the sake of today, you're gonna do it off the floor, so don't do what I'm doing.
Someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think you wanna be more best if I back my stuff like you sooner than this? Don't you think you wanna be more best if I back my stuff like you sooner than this? Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new.
So you'll see for deadlifts, I'm keeping my reps a bit lower. I'm doing typically as I'm going up, I'm going like starting with 10 and then 5 and then 3, 3, 3. Personally, I don't like doing high rep deadlifts. I find that the back pumps are too severe or too crazy to really put in a good effort on the rest of your work. So I like to go heavy, hit it for 3 to 5 reps, and then move on to all your accessory work. Okay, after we hit our main lift, we're gonna go into an accessory lift to build up our weaknesses. So for today, I'm gonna do sumo deadlifts in the rack with the rack about mid shin. I felt like I was having trouble getting tight and breaking it off the floor. So my second movement on deadlift day is always gonna be something to improve my weakness. So if you're weak at the top, for example, you would set the racks here and go as heavy as you can. Like I said, because I felt like I was having trouble getting tight on the floor, I'm gonna do these off a low position. You don't have to use bands. I personally prefer using bands. A lot of gyms don't have access to them, so don't worry about it if you don't have them. So, like I always say, on every other workout, always increase your weight. There's no easy workouts. Okay, so we've hit our main lift, our accessory lift, and now we're going on to all the rest of the workout. So that's going to consist of stiff leg deadlifts with dumbbells, superset with lat pull downs. We're going to do glute ham raise. We're going to do some more back extensions, and then maybe one or two more back exercises. I always like to train back on deadlift days as well. Obviously a deadlift is a very posterior movement, so we want to make sure that we're hitting all the necessary muscles to improve our deadlift. So after we hit those sumo deadlifts in the rack, we're going to go into stiff leg deadlifts, superset with an underhand lat pull down. When you're doing your stiff legs, make sure you're keeping your back straight. You want to lower the dumbbells just below your knees. Make sure you're getting a good stretch through your hamstrings. All right, so we're gonna go into glute ham raise now. This is a huge builder for obviously your glutes, your hamstrings, as well as your lower back. The correct way to do them is think of a bicep curl, this being your upper body, this being your legs. You're bending from the knee, okay? I'll put a pad on there just to, our machine is kind of flattened out, so just protect your quads a little bit. You want to extend straight out, okay? Feet are flat against the pad. As you come up, you're pulling yourself up. So remember, think of that bicep curl. Okay, and in terms of rep scheme for these, you typically want to do about 24 reps per workout. So you could break that up 6 sets of 4 or 4 sets of 6. If you can do more than 24 reps in a workout easily, start adding weight. So you could add chains over your neck. You could grab a plate and hold it on your chest. You could hook a band on the bottom of the machine, put it around your neck. And if your gym doesn't have this exercise or this machine, basically you could get a partner to sit on your heels and you're gonna fall forward. So you're on your knees, you fall forward, partner on your heels, and then pull yourself back up. It's a good variation if your gym doesn't have this machine. Okay, so as we get towards the end of the workout here, we're gonna go into back extensions, the same way that we warmed up. Except now we're going to be holding a dumbbell either on our chest, or you can do them off the floor like a barbell or a dumbbell back extension. I'll show you the first way of putting a dumbbell on your chest. All right, just right here, and you're going to come up. Okay, and the other way to do them, like I said, is like a barbell or a dumbbell back extension with your arms extended. Same thing, except now arms are straight, set your back. Okay, after we've done our back extensions, we're gonna go into a dumbbell row, a low row on a hammer strength machine, and a weighted dumbbell sit-up. Okay, and with our dumbbell rows, we want to do them leaning against the rack. Okay, you'll see me out like this. When we deadlift standing up. So even though we're cutting and we're dieting down, we're still doing movements that are going to carry over to our power lifts. Okay, so rather than doing them kneeling on a bench, you could do them like this, but in my opinion, train how you play or train how you compete. We're gonna do maybe 8 to 10 reps, and I like to keep my feet square. I don't like to put one in front of the other, okay? Again, deadlifting, you're square over the bar. So I'm gonna do my rows the same way. Weights shouldn't be so heavy that you're really using a lot of upper back. Our goal here is to get our lower lats. Again, in terms of carryover for deadlift, when you're in the bottom position, you're pulling your lats in. Okay, so make sure when you're doing your rows today, you're focusing on your lats. And for the low rows here, if your gym doesn't have these, you could do a barbell row or a seated cable row. Again, the idea here, get that lower lat. So we're going underhand grip, pulling down, okay? I'm not gonna be shrugged up in here. I'm gonna keep my shoulders down, elbows down. Same thing, 10 to 12 reps.
I turn to you for a little while, hoping to catch a forbidden smile. Oh yeah.
We're gonna do a dumbbell weighted sit-up.
Standing on the edge.
Dumbbell weighted sit-ups. You always want to be increasing your strength. Okay, I keep talking about that. Even though we're dieting, we're not just gonna do straight sit-ups and do like 30, 40 reps. We're gonna add weight. When you're doing these two, drive your heels into the floor, okay? Cross your hands over your chest, just like that, so you're not using momentum. So, as you can see, I'm keeping my heels down in the movement. I'm not keeping my feet flat. When we deadlift, we're not in that angle with our foot like that, okay? Our feet are flat, so drive your heels into the floor. And again, crunch up, breathe out on the way up. Okay, and that's the deadlift day. Like I said, increase your weight in everything you're doing. Push yourself. You should be out of breath. I'm having trouble talking right now. But basically, at the end of the workout, just like every other day as well, supersetting, trying to get that pump. Right now, my lower back, my mid back, my hamstrings, everything's jacked up. Finish your workouts with intensity. As the workout goes on, you might want to start fading out. That's the time where you really want to be pushing yourself. You have a training partner, get them to push you. If you're training by yourself, you got to be accountable. Once again, any questions or comments, leave me a message or send me a DM. Thanks, guys.